question here. When you read the question, well, make your choice and click enter to confirm it. The program tells you you're correct or sometimes not. And programs gives you those two or sometimes, well, usually one or two words you need to pay particular attention to, because those two words, that's your guideline through, well, the process of, well, making choice. So let's start. Question number 1. You are driving on a straight, level highway at 50 miles per hour. There are no vehicles in front of you. Suddenly, a tire blows out in your vehicle. Suddenly, you drive on 50 miles per hour and tire, boom, blows out. What should you do first? You should stay off the brake. That's the right answer. Please, well, commit to your memory. Then, what you need to do, you choose it. You click enter to confirm it. That's exactly what you need to do in the driver license office. And yeah, the program tells you, suddenly a tire blows.
Your answer is correct.
Yeah, that answer is correct. And that's what you need to pay attention next time when you encounter this question. Stay off the brakes.
Stay off the brakes.
Very good. And now the program takes you to the second question. Question number 2. You are driving a new truck with a manual transmission.
Manual transmission.
What gear will you probably have to use to take a long, steep downhill grade? Manual transmission, always you should use a lower gear.
Lower gear.
A lower gear. Let's choose this answer and click enter. And the program tells you, yeah, correct.
And what to remember,
lower gear.
Keyword,
right.
Lower gear.
Okay, question number 3. You're checking your wheels and rims for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? You know, sometimes you will be given that kind of questions. You need to choose one right statement.
I see one right word. Rust.
Rust.
Rust around the wheel.
So when you ask it what statement is correct about rims and wheels, yeah, the rust is the word which, well, tells you that's probably the right answer. Rust around wheels not may mean that they are loose. Choose the answer, confirm it by clicking enter, and yes, program tells you correct. When you check your wheels, that's what you need to pay attention to. Rust around wheel nuts.
Rust.
Question number 4. You are checking your tires for a pre-trip inspection. Again, which of the statements is true? Well, now
I see a right answer right away.
Yeah, something about tires. The tires of mismatched sizes.
Mismatched sizes.
Yeah, well, should not be used together in the same vehicle. That's the two words which again tells you this is correct answer. Make your choice, confirm it by clicking enter, and program, yeah, acknowledge, yes, that's correct answer. Tires of mismatched sizes. Those are two words you need to pay attention to.
Mismatched sizes, remember.
Question number 5. If a straight vehicle, not trailer, not articulation, goes into the front wheel skid, it will. What happened to this, like, you know, straight vehicle if it goes into the front wheel skid? Be very careful, please. Those are two answers, like, you know, very similar to each other. Go straight ahead, and here is also go straight ahead. Pay attention to this small proverb. Even.
Even.
Go straight ahead. It will go. If it goes into the skid, it will go straight ahead. Even if you turn the steering wheel. Even if the steering wheel is turned. All right. Okay. Let's choose this answer, and let's see. Confirm it. Click enter. Yes. If it goes into the front wheel skid, you see, the program advises you, even if the wheel is turned.
Even wheel is turned.
Alright? And again, guys, you just follow that kind of logic, apply this kind of logic, and you'll be okay. Question number 6. So far we're doing good. The program, we didn't, do any wrong. Number 6. If you need to leave the road in a traffic emergency.
Traffic emergency.
Emergency. Well, you should. How? What you need to do? How you're supposed to leave the road? Interestingly, avoid braking. Avoid braking until your speed has dropped to about 20 miles per hour.
About 20 miles per hour.
When you see this, that's your right answer. Choose it. Confirm it by clicking enter. Yes, correct. If you need to leave the road, you need to avoid braking until the speed dropped to about 20 miles.
20 miles per hour. Watch it.
Question number 7. Which of these statements about certain types of cargo is true?
May I tell right answer?
Yeah, sure.
I would say unstable load. Give me the right answer.
Unstable load. When you see something, when the question asking you about, cargo, yeah, unstable load, such as, hanging meat or livestock, can require extra caution on curves. Alright, let's see how, yeah, hanging meat. Hanging meat.
That's unstable load.
A landmark of the right answer in this question. Number 8. According to the driver's manual, why should you limit the use of your horn? Why? And again, it's pretty obvious.
It can startle other drivers.
It can startle other drivers. So when you ask it, why should you limit the use of your horn? Limit. It can startle other drivers. All right?
One word. Startle.
Continue. Question number 9. You do not have a hazardous materials endorsement on your commercial driver license, but you are asked to deliver a hazardous material in a placarded vehicle.
Excuse me, but I'm gonna refuse.
Yes, you should. What you should do? You should refuse.
Refuse.
If the vehicle is placarded, having those four diamond shaped things on the side of the vehicle, you should refuse to hold the load.
Refuse.
All right. Yes.
Proper.
You do not have a hazardous materials endorsement. Refuse. You are not allowed to carry those kind of cargo. Number 10. Which of these statements about staying alert to drive is true?
I know again.
Staying alert.
I know again. Sleep is the only thing that can overcome fatigue. I remember one word.
Fatigue. If you ask it about how you should stay alert to drive, you need to remember that fatigue can be overcome only. Sleep is the only thing that can overcome fatigue. Yes, fatigue.
Fatigue.
Alright, question number 11. Your vehicle has hydraulic brakes. While traveling on a level road, you press the brake pedal and find that it goes to the floor. Well, brake doesn't work. Which of the statement is true? And the correct answer in this case is this one. Pumping the brake pedal may bring the pressure up so you can stop the vehicle. So if you go on a level road, you press the brake pedal, find that boom, brake failure, goes to the floor, the brake pedal goes to the floor. What you need to do, you need to pump the brake. It may bring the pressure up. Alright? You choose, you confirm, and yes, the program says, yeah, correct. If you find the brake pedal goes to the floor, the keyword is pumping. Alright? Question number 12. You are driving a vehicle at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement. About how much total stopping distance will you need to bring it to a stop? When you see this 50 miles per hour that you drive on a dry pavement, you should directly look for football field length. That's how much distance you will need to stop. Not the twice the length, not the half the length. It's just the length of a football field. Okay, at 50 miles per hour, that's the distance, the total stopping distance you need to stop your vehicle. Alright, the length of a football field. Enter. Yes, that's correct. Correct. Length of a football field. Just remember, 55 miles per hour. Question number 13. Which statement about cold weather driving is true? Cold weather driving. Again, the type of question you are asked is just to choose one right statement. And in this particular case, you need to create association. Cold weather driving, washer antifreeze should be used. Well, we're not talking about Florida, we're not talking about California, but we're talking about some, really cold weather driving. Windshield washer antifreeze should be used. Cold weather driving, windshield washer antifreeze. You choose right answer, you confirm it. Yes, that's correct. Cold weather antifreeze. And that's how you learn. If you make a mistake, the program will correct you, will show you which one, right words you need to pay attention to. Question number 14. When driving at night, you should. What you should do when you drive at night? You need to adjust your speed. You need to adjust your speed in order to keep your stopping distance within your sight distance. Distance within your sight distance. That's how you need to adjust your speed when you drive at night and you cannot clearly see. Okay, let's see. Question. You choose. You correct it. Hit enter. Yes. And you see that's like a little trick. You don't even need to remember the whole stuff. If you see this word within, that's in most cases the indication of the correct answer. So again, when you're driving at night, what you should do, you should adjust your speed to keep your stopping distance within your sight distance. Question number 15. Which of these statements about downshifting is true? How you need to downshift to put the the lower gear. And please remember, when you downshift for a curve or for a hill, you should do so before you enter the curve. That's actually the general rule. When you need to do something, you need to do it before you start the turning. Okay, when you downshift for a curve, you should do so before, and this rule is applied in other cases also. When you downshift for a curve, you should do so before you enter the curve. Before curve. You need to slow down, you need to turn the lower gear before curve. Question number 16. For your safety, when setting out reflective triangles, you should hold the triangles between yourself and oncoming traffic. What does it mean? You are not asked how far you need to put your reflective triangles. Actually, there are 3 of them. But you need to remember, you need to put the triangles for safety between yourself and oncoming traffic. So the oncoming drivers would be able to see you. Safety between yourself and oncoming traffic. That's how you need to hold the triangles. Let's see if we are correct. Yes, we are. Triangles need to be put between yourself and traffic. Alright? Good. Question number 17. As the blood alcohol concentration, abbreviation BAC, you will see this abbreviation later on, goes up, what happens when the blood alcohol concentration BAC goes up? What happens? Please remember this word judgment and self-control. These are two things, actually judgment first thing, which is affected. When BAC goes up, judgment is affected. Judgment, well, that's the first thing which affect your, well, ability to drive, your ability to control and self-control. Judgment and self-control are affected. Question number 18. Which of this is a good thing to remember about using mirrors? How you are like supposed to use mirrors? And please remember, when you use mirrors, never forget there are blind spots that your mirror cannot show. And that's, by the way, that's why you have to use not only mirrors, but actually turn your head and look what is, well, behind, on your side. When you use mirrors, remember there are blind spots that your mirror cannot show. And the program says, yes, we are correct. Mirrors, blind spots. Very short question, number 19. Hydroplaning. Well, you are asked what the hydroplaning is associated with. And the hydroplaning is a special phenomenon which is, characteristic for southern state, for example, when the road is smooth and during the rain, the road surface is covered with a very thin film of water, and you start actually planes. You start you start losing traction. Your tires lose traction with the road surface, and that's what hydroplaning is. And obviously, hydroplaning is more likely when tire pressure is low, because you are not able to use the advantage of your tread depth. Okay, hydroplaning, very short question, remember please, it is more likely if the tire pressure is low. Good. Question number 20. If you are being tailgated, what you should do, in other words, if somebody is after you, not after you, but, you know, trying to, too close to you. And in this case, again, safety first. Please remember, you need to increase your following distance. Not speed up, not to brake, not honk your horn. No, you need to very safely, slowly increase your following distance, the distance between you and the driver in front of you. In order, if you need to suddenly brake, hit the brake, at least you will be able to do it. You will have enough distance in front of you. Okay, so if you are being tailgated, somebody too close to you from behind, please, what you should do, you should increase your following distance. Okay, we have chosen this answer. We hit enter, and the program again advises you, you are correct. Tailgated, increase distance. Question number 21. A key principle to remember about loading cargo is to keep the load. How you are need to distribute the load, the cargo when you load it. And the key word is balanced. Balanced. You need to to balance the cargo, the load in cargo area. Loading cargo and you need to keep it balanced in the cargo area. Balance. Question number 22. How far should the driver look ahead of the vehicle while driving? How far? And please just remember 12 to 15 seconds. 12 to 15 seconds. That's the type of question you just need to simply commit to your memory. How far ahead of your vehicle should you look? It's 12 to 15 seconds. That means the distance which your vehicle travels within these 12 to 15 seconds.
When you're driving at 60 miles per hour, and 60 miles per hour, you have to look. It would be another question.
Yeah, there would be another question about the same principle. So you just need to remember 12 to 15 seconds. That's the distance you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving. Look ahead, 12-15 seconds. Question number 23. How do you correct a rear wheel acceleration skid? How do you correct a rear wheel acceleration skid? If your vehicle goes into the skid, you hit accelerating pedal too much, and your rear wheels goes into the skid. So obvious, you need to stop accelerating. If the excessive acceleration causes the skid, just stop accelerating. You see, again, this is the association. Acceleration skid, stop accelerating.
And generally, right question sounds exactly like this. Stop accelerating, stop braking. It's a safety measure.
Question number 24. The purpose of the retarders is to... you need to know what the retarders are. Retarders, special devices, mechanical devices, electrical devices, devices connected with the engine, which help to stop the vehicle, to slow down the vehicle, which help the brakes to slow down the vehicle. And again, retarders could be different type, and what they do, they help slow the vehicle. You're not asked actually what's the specific types of retarders. As a driver, you are not allow it. I mean, you don't have to know it, but you need to remember that retarders, they help slow the vehicle and reduce the brake wear. That's the advantage. There are all disadvantages of the retarder, but in the following questions you will learn it also. Here you just remember retarders, the purpose of them is to slow the vehicle and reduce brake wear. Alright. Question number 25. Controlled braking. Again, short question. You need to choose the right answer characterizing what the controlled braking is. And the controlled braking, please remember, straight line.
Yeah, it used to keep your vehicle in a straight line.
That's the point. When you read in the question controlled braking, start looking for this straight line, because that's what controlled braking is used for, to keep the vehicle in a straight line, to avoid going into the skid, to protect you from losing control of your vehicle. Is controlled braking. That's something which is used to keep a vehicle in a straight line while braking. Good. Question number 26. Which of these is a good thing to do when steering to avoid a crash? When you start turning your vehicle to avoid a crash. So what is the good thing to remember to do in such a situation? Please again remember, start looking for these particular words. Don't turn any more than needed. Don't turn any more than needed to clear what is in your way. So, well, even when in the emergency situation, even if you need to react immediately to avoid a crash, still, yeah, please be very cautious. At least try. Remember that you please do not turn any more than needed to clear what is in your way. Again, the point is, if you turn too sharp, you are at risk to lose control of your vehicle. Right? Very good. Don't turn any more than needed. Hit the enter. Yes, avoid a crash. Don't turn any more than you need. Question number 27. You should stop driving. Whenever you become sleepy. Again, there was a previous question, like about 10 questions before, that the only thing which can overcome fatigue is the rest, is sleep. You need to. The only thing which can help you to stay alert is sleep. So, and that's why you should stop driving. Whenever you become sleepy,
stop driving.
Stop driving.
Stop driving.
Not after 5, after 9 hours, after 1 hour, 13, and, well, doesn't matter. The other choices could be given to you, but the right answer would be also, whenever you become sleepy, please stop driving. And again, the point is safety. Well, question number 28. Which of these is not a good rule to follow when caring for an injured person at an accident scene? Interesting type of question. You are not asked about the right thing to do. You are asked about wrong thing to do. You are asked what you have not to do at the accident scene when there is an injured person and you need to take care of this person.
So be careful with this kind of questions.
So you see, the right answer would be something wrong, something which you don't, you are not allowed to do. And in this particular case, when you are asked about which is not a good rule to follow, not a good rule to follow is to keep an injured person cool. Because according to the driver's manual, it's written there, you should to keep injured person warm. And the person who wrote this question trying to, trick you. And you might be choosing this option. Cool. No, that's a wrong thing to do, and as a wrong thing to do at the accident scene, this is the correct answer. Please remember, not a good rule to follow. Keep an injured person cool, because he or she needs to be kept warm at the accident scene. And the program, tells you the same. You are correct. Injured person, keep cool. That's a right answer. Not right thing to do. Question number 29. You should avoid driving through deep puddles or flowing water. However, if you must, which of these steps can help to keep your brakes working? In other words, to keep your brake pads dry. And the right answer is A. Gently putting on the brakes.
Gently.
While driving through the water. And there is another good trick, good help to you. Gently. The word gently. Whenever you see the word gently, safely, cautiously, most probably that would be the correct answer. Not in 100% cases, but in 99% of the cases, whenever you see gently, safely, something cautiously, that would be the correct answer. And again, if you have to go through the deep puddles of flowing water, one of the way to keep your brakes working is gently put on the brakes while driving. You don't have to brake all the way down. You just gently put a little bit pressure on the brakes pedal, and well, that prevents the brake pads get soaked. All right, deep puddles gently. Question number 30. Which of these statements about drugs is true? Please remember, that's easy association, easy question, but it's very important for you to remember. The use of drugs can lead to an accident and or arrest. You as a driver, as a commercial driver, should never use drugs while driving, should never have the drugs in your vehicle, because the use of drugs can lead to accident and your arrest. Okay, let's see. Answer C. Yes, drugs, arrest. Drugs, arrest. Question number 31. Which of these is a good thing to remember when crossing or entering traffic with a heavy vehicle? Heavy vehicle, please pay attention. Heavy vehicle means it takes time for this vehicle to perform maneuver, right? And please remember, if you need to cross the traffic, if you need to enter the traffic with that kind of vehicle, remember, it's heavy, it is big, it needs larger gaps.
Larger gaps.
Heavy vehicles, they definitely need more space. The word which is used here, gap. Heavy vehicles need larger gaps in traffic than cars.
Much more room.
Very good. Yes, entering traffic, larger gaps. Question number 32. You are driving a heavy vehicle, again, with a manual transmission. You have to stop the vehicle on the shoulder while driving on an uphill grade. So, which of these is a good rule to follow when putting it back in motion up the grade? So, you realize the situation. You drive, you stop on the shoulder, you uphill, and now you need to turn it back in motion. What you need to do? Resume. What you need to do in this particular case? Use the parking brake. To do what? To hold the vehicle until the clutch engages. You remember? This is manual transmission, so you don't have to rely on the automatic transmission to hold the vehicle. You need to hold the vehicle. You need to use the parking brake to hold the vehicle until the clutch engages, in order to prevent roll back, right? Because you are uphill. If you don't hold the vehicle with the parking brake, it might roll back and hit something behind you which you are not able to see at this particular moment. Again, the point is safety. Please remember, manual transmission, you stop on uphill grade, you need to get back in motion. What you need to do? Parking brake to hold the vehicle. All right? B. Uphill grade. The program again, every single time the program advises you. You make a mistake, you look down and you see the right words you need to remember for the future reference. Uphill grade, use parking brake. Good. Question number 33. Again, you are driving a heavy vehicle. You now must exit a highway and using an off-ramp. Off-ramp that does what? That curves downhill. You're probably familiar with that kind of, exit ramp. It curves downhill. So, what you should do in this situation? You remember, guys? Point is safety. So, you need to slow down, but not simply slow down. You need to slow down to a safe speed before the curve. before the curve. Okay, in advance, you need to slow down to a safe speed. The posted speed limit is not safe enough for you because the vehicle is heavy. Okay, you don't have to wait until you're in the curve. Again, that would be very unwisely and, well, not safely. So when you need to exit a vehicle, to exit a highway on a heavy vehicle, please slow down to a safe speed before the curve. Safe speed before the curve. Question number 34. You must park on a side of a level, straight, 4-lane, divided highway. That's a point. You need to park on a side of a level, straight, 4-lane, divided highway. Where should you place the reflective triangles? You see, I told you guys, divided highway, that's a point. If it is divided, all three of them, you usually have to use 3 triangles, right? All 3 of them should be put behind you. Okay? And to the rear, in other words, to the rear, all 3 of them. And please remember, one need to put 10 feet to the rear of your vehicle. The second one, 100 feet to the rear of the vehicle. And the third one is 200 feet to the rear. It's not, well, difficult to choose the right answer. 3 times rear, 1, rear, 2, rear, 3. In other choices, so you see, it's like a rear, rear, front. No. Again, front, rear, rear, no, front. So all 3 to the rear. It doesn't even like make much difference. 10, 100, 200. All 3 to the rear, or well, to your vehicle, of the vehicle. All right. Rear, rear, rear. Triple rear. Question number 35. You are driving on a 2-lane road. An oncoming driver, drifts into your lane and is headed straight for you. Which of these is most often the best action to take? Please remember, and this rule is applied also in, most of the situations you can encounter on the road. You always need to steer to the right. In real life, it might be in different, situation. But for the exam, for the purpose of the exam, remember, if you are asked what you need to do if somebody is heading straight to you, steer to the right is always a right choice.
Invasive maneuver.
Steer to the right. Number 36. Brake fade. Specific word, specific terminology which is applied to the condition when your brakes start losing their power. When they are very close to, to fail. When they are, it's time for you to take care of the brakes, to adjust, to fix them. So fade, that's a condition when brakes start working improperly. So you're asked what the brake fade is associated with. And you need to remember, then one of the conditions which can, cause brake fade is brakes getting very hot. And when it might happen, when you use the brakes, your brakes too frequently, when you push the brakes all the time, without good reasons. So brake fade can be caused by the brakes getting very hot. Let's see, yes, fade, hot. Fade, very hot. Number 37. Now you're asking about overheating of the engine. and you ask it which of the three given statements are, well, one of them is correct about engine overheating. Which of the statements about engine overheating is true, correct statement? And please remember, and this rule is also always applied to the safety matter, you should never remove the radiator cap on a pressurized system until the system is cooled. Most of the modern vehicles are equipped with the, well, special container, coolant container, and then that coolant container you might open the, well, the cap. But on the radiator cap, never remove the radiator cap on a pressurized system until the system is cooled. Because occasionally, well, the engine can be get very hot.
It could be deadly.
Yeah. Overheating, never remove the radiator cap. Question 38. Well, which of the statements about overhead clearance is true? Overhead clearance, the distance between the top of your vehicle and the lowest point of some, like, bridge, tunnel, something you need to go under. That is called overhead clearance. And please remember that the weight of a vehicle changes its height. And obviously, if you load your vehicle heavily, it will be lower than if it's empty, right? Without cargo, without load. Please remember, the weight of a vehicle definitely changes its height. Okay, let's see. B. Hit enter. Yes. And the program again reminds you overhead clearance is connected with that particular phenomenon. The weight changes height of the vehicle. Question number 39. Which of the statements about vehicle fire is true? So, please remember, a burning tire should be cooled with water. The shortest answer is the correct one here. So that's something you have to do in case of the vehicle fire, and even to prevent the fire, because the burning tire and overheating tire should be cooled with water. That's the correct action, and that's the only correct actions at the at the fire scene. You need not to open the trailer, the box, trailer box. You need not touch the engine. That's the only thing, true thing, allowed thing, and required thing you need to do. A burning tire should be cooled with water, and only water, by the way, not any other, maybe only sand, but not any other liquid. Okay, burning tire should be cooled with water. Very good. Tire, water. Question number 40. You are driving a long vehicle that makes wide turn. You want to turn left from one street onto another. Left turn, okay? Long vehicle making wide turns, and now you need to make left turn, to turn left. And both streets, the street you are driving on is two-lane, two-way street, and the street you need to turn in is also two-lane, two-way street. What you should do. Please remember, it's very wise way how you do the turns in real life. Halfway through the intersection. Left turn especially, you need to pull your vehicle forward until you get this point, center of the intersection. It's called halfway through the intersection, and only then you begin turning your vehicle. You do not make your turn as soon as you enter. You do not make your turn, at the end. You make your turn, you begin turning vehicle when you halfway through the intersection. You pull it straight forward until you reach the halfway at the intersection. And then you begin turning it. And that's the way, the safe way, how you need to do, turns on a long vehicle, driving the long vehicle. Okay, let's see if we are correct. Yes, so probably a left turn halfway. Question number 41. You must drive on a slippery road. Slippery, huh? Which of this is a good thing to do in such a situation on a slippery road? Please remember, you should slow down gradually. Gradually is a good word, actually. When you see gradually, that most probably would be the correct answer. So on a slippery road, you should slow down gradually.
Safe way.
Yeah,
Safe way.
That's a safe way. Safety first. And we choose the answer. We click the enter and the program confirms. Yes, we are correct. Slippery road gradually. Well, actually everything needs to be done gradually on the road. Question number 42. Which of the statements about acceleration is true? True, correct statement. You need to locate the correct statements. Please remember, when you are asked about acceleration, that's the direct shortcut to the right answer. Rough acceleration can cause mechanical damage.
Mechanical damage.
When you see the word acceleration and you need to find the right statement about the acceleration, please remember, this is the correct answer. This is the right statement. Rough acceleration can cause mechanical damage. And let's see if we are correct. Yes, acceleration. If you are asked about acceleration in the question, so the hint, the key word for the answer is mechanical damage.
Mechanical damage.
Question number 43. Which of these statements about brakes is true? Now we need to find out what statement is correct about the brakes. And please remember, actually again there is another hint. The longest statement is the correct one. Okay, that's the one way to find the right statement. And also read it. The heavier a vehicle or the faster it is moving, the more heat the brakes have to absorb. The more heat these brakes should have to absorb to stop the vehicle. Okay, the faster vehicle is moving, more heat the brakes need to absorb to stop it. Okay, and again the key word is to absorb. When you ask it about the brakes, look for absorb.
Absorb.
Let's see. Click A, click enter. Yes. If you are asked about the brakes, the key word is heat to absorb.
Absorb.
Question number 44. When the roads are slippery, what you should do? You remember 2 questions ago we had that kind of question on a slippery road. You remember you should have driven gradually, may turn gradually. In here the same. If the road's slippery, what you should do? You should make turns as gently as possible. This is another key word. The word gently, most likely 99.9% of cases indicates for you the correct answer. Gently.
Gently.
Slippery road, you should make turns and all other maneuvers as gently as possible.
Gently.
Let's see if we are right. Click enter. Yes, slippery, gently. Okay? Let's move. Question number 45. You are checking your brakes and suspension system for a pre-trip inspection. You see, pay attention to this question. Which of this statement is not true? Which means two out of these three statements are correct, and you need to locate the wrong one. The wrong one about something about brakes and suspension system. And again, please be very careful and cautious. Brake shoes should have brake fluid on them. That's not correct. That means this statement is wrong. This is not true statement, right? And that's the correct answer, because you ask it to find which statement is not true. Okay, and the brake shoes should have brake fluid on them. Brake fluid. And this is the other way how you can memorize the correct answer. When you ask it about not true, look for brake fluid.
Brake fluid.
Brake fluid. That's the key word here. Question number 46. The same kind of question. The driver's manual suggests several things to do when you pass a vehicle. And which of these is not one of them? Again, you guys are asked to find the wrong statement, which in this particular case would be the correct answer, right? So let's see which one is a wrong statement. And
again, it's longer.
The longest answer is the right one. At night, turn on your high beams before you start to pass, and leave them on until you have completely passed the vehicle. That's the question which is not recommended by the textbook, by the driver's manual. You should not do this. And that's why it's a correct answer in this particular case. We were asked to locate a wrong statement, which one is not recommended by the driver's manual.
Please do not blind as a driver.
Yeah, because in this particular case, if
turn off your high beams.
If you leave them on, you can blind. Yeah, make them blind. Okay. Not one of them. Turn on high beams. Very good. Question number 47. The distance that you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving amounts to about, how many miles? Yeah, what a portion of the miles at normal highway speed. And in this particular case, it's 1/4.
1/4.
1/4 of the mile is a distance you should look ahead of your vehicle when you're driving on a highway with a highway speed. The highway is not given to you. The people who wrote the question assume that you remember that the normal highway speed is 55 miles per hour. And at this speed, at a normal highway speed, the distance you should look ahead is about 1/4 of the mile.
1/4.
Okay, very good. Look ahead 1/4. Question number 48. You are starting your vehicle in motion from a stop. As you apply power to the drive wheels, they start to spin. What should you do? What should you do? You definitely need to take your foot off the accelerator. If you do something and it causes the problem, so you have to cease this action, right? As you apply power to the drive wheels, you push the accelerator pedal, and the drive wheels start to spin. Obviously, what you have to do, you have to stop the acceleration. You have to take your foot off the accelerator. Don't
press the gas pedal.
Yeah, don't do anything else. Don't push the brakes. Don't try a lower gear. You just take your foot off the accelerator. Off the accelerator. Question number 49. Which of these is the most important thing to remember about emergency braking? Emergency braking. And again, the safety first. Please remember, in emergency braking means that something wrong is going on around you on the road, right? So, if you use your brakes too sharply, okay, you cannot control your vehicle, because if you use the wrong way to
try to
slow
brake
the
too
vehicle,
fast.
to slow the vehicle in an emergency situation, the wheels may be skidding. In this case, you cannot control your vehicle. So again, when you are asked in the questions, what is the most important thing to remember about emergency braking? Well, again, the writers, the question writers, they want you to remember that you need to brake so gradually. Hey, remember in previous questions, gradually, because if the wheels will be skidding, you cannot control your vehicle. Okay, let's see if we are correct. B, enter, and emergency braking cannot control. Question number 50. Which of these statements about tires and hot weather driving is true? It's easy. It's easy. You please remember, in these questions, when you see 100 miles, that's the clue indication of the correct answer. You should inspect your tires every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Or every 100 miles.
Or every 100 miles.
When driving in a very hot weather. Okay, in a hot weather, when you ask it about tires and hot weather, okay, look for 2 hours or 100 miles. That's how you actually need to stop and check your tire. A, enter. Yes, when you ask it about tires in a hot weather, you should inspect them every 100 miles.
Every 100 miles.
You should stop, you should exit the vehicle, you should go to the every single tire and, actually touch it, check with your, palm. Question number 51. Your vehicle is in a traffic emergency and may collide with another vehicle if you do not take action. Which of this is good rule to remember in such a time? And in this question, you need to remember that you can almost always turn to miss an obstacle more quickly than you can stop.
You remember your stopping distance at 55 miles per hour
is a long one.
Length of football
field, as was said in the previous question. So sometimes, and not sometimes, almost always, turning is more safe action than trying to stop. Again, when you read the question and you see traffic emergency, may collide with another vehicle, you need to do something, take an action. And what is a good rule to remember in this situation, at least in order to, answer the question right, that you can almost always turn to miss an obstacle more quickly than you can stop. Okay? So, again, the trying to stop is not always the safest action.
Actually, never in a hot, heavy vehicle.
Question number 52. In which case of fire can you use water? 2 words are clue for you. Fire, and when you can use water to put it out. And this is the only one right answer. Tire fires.
Tire fires.
It's like a rhyme. Fire, tire, fire, tire, fires. That's when you can use water. Alright? Good. Use water, tire, fires. Very good. 53. To help you to stay alert while driving, what should you do to help yourself to stay alert? And again, safety first. Remember, guys, safety first. That's why in order to stay alert, you should take short breaks before you get drowsy.
Before you get drowsy.
And again, the same general rule is applied here. You do everything before it happens. You check your equipment before fire happens. You check your vehicle before something wrong can happen.
Slow down before you enter the curve.
Slow down before you enter the curve. So again, before is like a magic key words, which is indication that probably this question is most probably correct. So to stay alert, all right, you should do it before. Take short breaks before you get drowsy, before something wrong, potentially dangerous can happen. Take breaks before. Okay, let's see. Let's check if we are right. Yes, stay alert, drowsy, well, before. Question number 54. To avoid a crash, you had to drive into the right shoulder. And you are now driving on this shoulder at 40 miles per hour. Alright, the question is, how should you move back onto the pavement? How should you move back onto the pavement while you're driving on the shoulder? The speed, well, about 40 miles per hour. And in case you need to return to the pavement, what's the correct action to do it? And, well, again, the same general rule is applied here. The longest is the right one. If the shoulder is clear, that's the clue. If the shoulder is clear, stay there, stay to the right until your vehicle comes to a stop. But do so, guys, only when you read if the shoulder is clear. If it's clear, then you should stay there until you bring vehicle to a complete stop, and only then move back onto the pavement when it is safe. Actually, all our conversation in this particular case is useless, because as long as you see safe, most probably that's the correct answer.
Everything's supposed to be safe.
Safety is
main concern.
Main concern. Let's see if we're right. Yeah, safe. That's the only thing you need to remember. Safe and...
return when it's safe.
Question number 55. Which of the statements about driving in areas with a strong wind is true? Alright, when you see the word wind, alright, go directly to the word tunnels.
Tunnel.
When you see word wind, tunnel.
Wind, tunnel.
That's where the wind is most dangerous, causes most of the problem. Winds are especially a problem when coming out of the tunnels. When you read wind, alright, go and look for tunnels. Winds are especially a problem when coming out of tunnels. Like, remember, be prepared. Hold the steering wheel firmly and get ready that it might be wind when you come out of the tunnels. Strong wind, tunnels. Right. 56. Which of this is a good thing to do when driving at night? Easy stuff. What you should do at night? At
Again,
night,
answer.
the longest is the
longest answer.
The right one. And if you read it, keep your speed slow enough. Again, safety first. You drive at night, so most probably the visibility is not too good, as good as the daytime. So you should adjust your speed. You should keep your speed slow enough in order to be able to stop, so you can stop within the range of your headlights.
Within.
Another clue, another keywords here. If even you don't know anything about slowing enough, if you see within, that's most probably the correct answer. So somehow it is applied. Let's see. A, enter, yes. Whenever you see within, that's most probably correct answer.
It's an indicator of right answer.
Question number 57. You are driving a 40-foot vehicle at 35 miles per hour. Road is dry, visibility is good. What is the least amount of space you should keep in front of your vehicle to be safe? Alright, again, road dry, visibility good, the length of your vehicle is 40 feet and the speed is 35. How much space you need to have in front of you, between yourself and the vehicle in front of you. And for 40 feet vehicle, it's 4 seconds.
1 second per each 10 feet of the vehicle.
10 feet, 1 second. If the vehicle is 40, 4 seconds. If the vehicle would be 60, it would be 6. 100 feet, it would be 10 seconds. And also you need to pay attention to speed. This rule is applied when the speed is below 40. So 40 feet vehicle, 35 miles per hour, 4, because the speed is below 40. It will be actually another questions we ask it when the 40-foot vehicle is driven at speed 55 miles per hour, and in that case your choice would be, the right choice would be 5 seconds. But here 40-foot vehicle, 35 miles per hour, below 40, the right answer is 4 seconds. Okay, very good. 4 seconds. 58. What is the proper way to hold a steering wheel? How you should hold the steering wheel to be safe, to not to lose control of your vehicle in an emergency situation? Well, obviously you should do it with both hands. It doesn't help much in this particular case, all three of them with both hands. So this is the word which can help us at the opposite sides of the wheel.
Opposite side.
Both hands, but not but. On the opposite sides of the wheel. That's how, according to the safety requirement and common sense also, you should hold the steering wheel. Opposite sides of the wheel with both hands. Let's see if we are right. Yes, we probably are. Opposite sides. 59. High beams should be. Something is asked about use of high beams. And please remember, safe and legal.
Legal. Two good words.
Yeah. High beams should be used when it is safe and legal. As long as you find this word safe, that's the indication of the right answer.
Exactly.
Question number 60. You can see a marking on a vehicle ahead of you. The marking is a red triangle with an orange center. What does this marking mean? Well, in this particular case, guys, you just simply remember that this marking is a slow moving vehicle.
Slow moving.
Red triangle with an orange center. That's the marking which is put on the service vehicle, slow moving vehicle.
Slow moving.
Just simply commit to memory. Slow moving vehicle. Question number 61. Which of these is not part of the pre-trip inspection of the engine compartment? In other words, what you don't have to check when you do pre-trip inspection. Definitely valve clearance here is not a part of the regular pre-trip inspection, right, of the engine compartment. You need to check engine oil, you need to check if electrical wiring insulated properly, but valve clearance is not part of the pre-trip inspection, a regular pre-trip inspection, right? Let's see. A, enter. Yes, valve clearance, not part of the pre-trip inspection. Question number 62. The road you are driving on becomes very slippery due to the glare ice. Slippery, it became slippery. Okay, which of this is a good thing to do in such a situation? what you need to do to keep control of your vehicle, on a slippery road. And definitely, you need to stop driving as soon as you can safely do so.
Safely.
Safely is always clue, the key word indicating the right answer. So on a slippery road, you should stop driving as soon as you can safely do so. All right, very good. Let's see. A. Enter yes. On a slippery road, stop driving safely. Question number 63. You wish to turn right from one two-way street to another, and your vehicle is so long that you must swing wide to make a turn. So, the question, how should you make a turn safely? And the right answer here is B. You should swing wide. When you complete the turn.
When you complete the turn.
Not when you begin. Not when you shouldn't drive straight. You should swing wide when you complete the turn.
When you complete.
In other words, you need to pull your vehicle straight until you reach like half the intersection. So when you complete the turn, when you in the final turn of your maneuver,
in the final stage,
complete the turn. Okay, let's see. Complete, yes. When you need to turn right, you might be shown a figure on the exam, but the point how you make a turn on a long vehicle is this one. You make turn when you complete the turn, not in the beginning, but just in the final stage of your turn. Question number 64. You're driving a vehicle that could safely be driven at 55 miles per hour on an open road, by the way. However, traffic is heavy and other vehicle are driving at 35 miles per hour, although the speed limit is 55. The safest speed for your vehicle is more likely to be. It's obvious. It's very simple. The question writer is trying to trick you, but if the traffic, all the vehicles in the traffic driving at 35 miles per hour, what is your safest speed most likely to be? Or definitely 35 miles.
Go with the flow.
Yep, with the traffic, 35 miles per hour. Yes. Question number 65. What is a counter steering? Counter steering. And again, that's something you need to commit to your memory. Counter steering is turning the wheel back in the other direction after steering. So if you turn your steering wheel to the left to avoid the traffic emergency, then you need to counter steer back to the right. If you need to turn your steering wheel to the right, then you need to return to counter steer your steering wheel back in the other direction. And by the way, pay attention, guys, the longest answer is usually the correct one.
And to avoid a traffic emergency.
Okay. Counter steering, avoid traffic emergency.
Avoid traffic emergency. This is a safe driving.
Question number 66. Which of these statements about backing a heavy vehicle is true? Easy stuff. Right answer here is the first one. A. You should avoid backing whenever you can.
Whenever.
So if you can avoid backing, do it. If you can do a maneuver without backing, do it. Whenever you can, avoid backing. If you need to do it anyway, then you need to use helpers and some other stuff to increase your safety, right? So The correct statement, true statement about backing, that is, you should avoid backing.
Avoid backing.
Whenever you can.
Whenever you can.
Question number 67. Which of these statements about marking a stopped vehicle is true? Marking a stopped vehicle means you need to mark it. You need to put something, like you have reflective triangles, 3 reflective triangles with you in your cab. And you need to mark your vehicle which is stopped, well, usually in the shoulder. And and here again, the longest answer is the correct one. If a hill or curve keeps drivers behind you from seeing the vehicle, your vehicle, within 500 feet, the rear reflective triangles, the third one, should be moved down the road to give adequate warning.
Adequate warning.
Right? So that's how you need to stop your vehicle, especially when it is like parked, stopped.
So if you usually keep 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet behind.
Yeah, on a hill or curve, the curve keeps driver behind you from seeing your vehicle. In this case, you need to get it back up to 500 feet to give adequate warning. Alright? Let's see. Yes, 500 feet.
So you remember 500 in the answer.
Question number 68. Which of these best describes how you should use the brake pedal on a steep downhill grade? On a downhill grade, on the downgrade, how should you use your brake pedal? Please remember, that's something you just always need to be aware of, need to remember. Light, steady pressure.
Light, steady pressure.
Not pumping. It's in the case of emergency, you need to pump it. Not repeated strong pressure, then release. It's again in case of emergency. On a regular driving, during the regular driving, on a steep downhill grade, you need to use your brake pedal or with a light, steady pressure.
Light, steady pressure.
Okay, very good. Question number 69. Again, which of these statements about using turn signals is true? In other words, how should you use your turn signals? Again, the question is about safety. And here is the shortest answer is the correct one, but pay attention. Early.
Early.
Signal early. You remember we discussed before? There was word before. Before. Everything you need to do before emergency happens, before fire happens. You need to check your equipment before the trip. Early is the synonym of the before. Early. Signal early. Alright, so turn signals, how should you use them? When turning, you should signal early.
Early.
Very good. Question number 70. Which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? And again, guys, it's easy. You have to use your tachometer.
Tachometer.
Because it shows you the RPM your engine works with. And when do double clutching and shifting, you should use the tachometer. You can use the tachometer. You should use the tachometer, according to the driver's manual, because tachometer is able to tell you when to shift. We're not discussing what the double clutching is, and you actually not asked about what double clutching is. But you need to remember, while doing double clutching and shifting, tachometer is a clue. Question number 71. Which of these statements about speed management is true? Speed management. And here again, a little like a tricky word for you, which can help you. Within. We discussed it before. This word is very frequently used, and it's usually a landmark of the correct answer. let's read the whole answer. You should choose a speed that lets you stop within the distance that you can see ahead. So speed management, your speed should be managed in the way, should be adjusted, should be maintained in that level that let you stop within the distance that you can see ahead. All right, within. Very short question. Retarders. Question 72. Retarders. And obviously you asked what the retarders are or what they are used for, right? And in this particular case, in the case when you ask this just one word question, you need to remember that retarders are very useful things. They can help you to slow the vehicle. They prevent extra wear of your brake pads. But at the same time, in case of poor traction, they can cause the driver wheels to skid.
So you cannot use them
on a slippery road. On a slippery road, yeah, on a slippery road when your tires tread depth is not enough. So you have a poor traction of your tires with the road surface. In this particular case, retarders can be use of retarders can be dangerous, because they can cause the driving wheels to skid because of the poor traction. Poor traction. Let's see, poor traction. Again, please remember, retarders are very good devices to use to help. Well, to slow the vehicle,
save your gas,
and brake pads wearing. At the same time, when a poor traction, the driving wheels could get to skid. Question number 73. To correct a drive wheel braking skid, you should, and we discussed this before also. When something happened, when you do something wrong and some potential dangers may happen, what you should do, you should stop doing this dangerous action.
Yeah. Stop braking.
If it's braking skid, what you should do, you definitely should stop braking.
Stop braking.
And then turn quickly and then counter steer. But first thing, most important thing you need to do is to stop braking because it's braking skid. The drive wheels go to skid because of excessive braking. So stop braking first. 74. When exiting or entering on a curved freeway ramp, you should. What you should do on a curved ramp. Definitely, simply maintain the posted speed limit would not be enough because
not for heavy machine.
You operate a heavy vehicle, so for you should maintain speed 5 to 10 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. Simply posted speed limit is not enough for you on a curved ramp. You should maintain your speed 5 to 10 miles per hour under the posted speed limit.
5-10 miles under the posted speed limit.
What we do? We made a mistake. I accidentally chosen. You see. By the way, this is a good example how the program corrects you, how the program advises you which answer is correct. You see, I accidentally have chosen choice C, wrong answer, and the program tells you mistake. The correct answer is A. When a curved freeway, you need to maintain your speed 5 to 10 miles per hour on the limit. And again, every next time when you do the mistake, occasionally
our program would correct you.
Our program will show you that mistake. The correct answer is such and such. And you see the number of mistakes we did. So far we did good. We did no mistakes.
Only one mistake.
Now the program starts to count. One mistake. All right. Question number 75. Which of the following vehicles will have the longest stopping distance.
Longest.
Longest stopping distance in case if you need to choose between empty truck, loaded truck, and bobtail tractor. And the correct answer is C, bobtail tractor.
Bobtail.
Why? Because bobtail tractor is the lightest one. Okay, it's not loaded. It's not hooked to the trailer. And the suspension system of the bobtail tractor is designed to work under a heavy load. So when the bobtail tractor is not hooked with the trailer, you cannot use the power of your brakes. And that's a reason why bobtail tractor, which is not hooked with the trailer, has a longest stopping distance. Please remember about it. Bobtail tractor. Bobtail longest. Well, easy stuff. How many red reflective triangles are you required to carry? Of course, 3. 3. Remember, 3 reflective triangles you need to have in your cab. Well, you are required to carry in your vehicle for your safety. Alright, 3. Question number 77. You are required to inspect your truck within how many miles after beginning the trip? And again, that's something you just simply need to memorize. 25 miles. According to the driver's manual, when you start your trip, after 25 miles of your trip, you need to stop, and by the law, you are required to inspect your truck. Everything, your tires, your load, 25 miles per hour. Question number 78. Well, there are 2 types of jackknives. And they are trailer, tractor, or both A and B. Guys, we're not going to explain you what the jackknives is. Just remember, you asked it about 2 types. Alright, so both A and B.
A and B.
2, both. 2, both. Because really, there are 2 types: trailer jackknife and tractor jackknife. The correct answer when you ask it about 2 types, they are both A and B. Right? Very good. 79. The new BAC, blood alcohol concentration, for commercial drivers to be considered intoxicated while driving a commercial vehicle is 0.04. 0.04. Please remember, it's very important.
2 times less than regular driver.
So for you as a commercial drivers to be considered intoxicated when you are behind your wheel of your commercial vehicle, the BAC is 0.04. Okay? This blood alcohol concentration limit is the same for every single state in the United States of America. 0.04. That's a commercial federal regulation. Question number 80. Where should the ignition key be during the pre-trip inspection? Easy stuff also.
In your pocket.
Safety. Keep it with you. Keep it in your pocket. Don't leave it in the ignition. Don't leave it on the driver's seat. Keep it with you in your pocket. That's where the ignition key should be. Okay? Let's see. Yes, ignition key. Okay, and now 80 questions are completed, done, and the program produces the test results immediately. So we did 80 questions, and you remember so far we did 1 mistake, which is 1.3%, which is very good. And you have 3 choices, 3 options. You might repeat questions with wrong answer, which we recommend you do. Because sometimes, especially well, after first attempt, you might be having like 10, 15, 20.
It is how you learn. That's how you learn. You repeat question with wrong answer.
Repeat question with wrong answers. And when you choose this option, the program gets gets you back to the only wrong answers, and you'll be having chance to learn. To repeat. If you make a mistake again, don't worry. You'll be prompted to return to this
until you make zero mistake.
You have an option to get back to main menu or to exit. Let's try question with wrong answer. Yeah, you remember we did this mistake when exiting or entering on a curved freeway ramp. So let's not do the same mistake again. 5 to 10 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. Okay. Hey. Boom.
Oh,
yes,
now we're right.
And because we made only one mistake and we corrected this mistake, okay, we are back at the test results. Now, guys, you choose main menu and you return to general knowledge. Not return, you choose either general knowledge 1 or general knowledge 2 and do it with the same technique. And good luck. And by the way, for general knowledge 2, we are referring you to the
to separate CD.